everybody, it is Jim with Ahh-some, and I'm coming on to do a video here real quick. And I see these from time to time, but this one just kind of takes the cake here a little bit. And this is an Amazon review. And Amazon reviews, to be completely fair and transparent, you have to take with a grain of salt. We don't know who this person is. This could be a competitor of ours who's just simply making a crappy review, whatever, what have you. But I find it ironic and interesting that someone is, and I'll read let me just read this. It's a 1-star review. Horrible stuff. After using this and then cleaning the tub, I refilled and ran the pumps only to see more gunk floating in the tub and sticking to the sides, creating a ring. So far, I've emptied and refilled 3 times, and now I need to drain it once more for the same reason, another sticky ring around the tub. Wow. First of all, on the back of every single container, and I get that you purchased it off Amazon, our phone number is very visibly listed. So if you're refilling your tub 3 or 4 times, I would just pick up the phone and call or send an email and say, hey, what the heck is going on? Secondarily to this brings up, and I make this video because this is a valid point. Just because you run the purge one time, if you've never purged with Ahh-some before, there is a very high probability that you should run a second purge. And I talk to customers about this all the time. When you put your dose of Ahh-some into your tub, regardless of how much it is, that one dose, you can run that dose through your hot tub 4 times. So you can do 4 30-minute purges without having to add any additional Ahh-some. Personally, I would never, unless I've been purging for years and whatnot, if I were purging my hot tub for the very first time, regardless of what product I'm using, whether it's Ahh-some or one of our competitors' products, I would purge it for the 30 minutes, I would wipe up all the gunk, and then I would just hit the jets and run it again for 30 more minutes. And I thank all the customers who call me on a daily basis when they're confused about something. That alleviates a lot of problems, and I can explain certain things that I just can't explain to everybody. I can't put every single possible situation on a container. That's why we list our phone number. Nonetheless, this is actually kind of common. Now, we don't see reviews like this. I mean, this person's obviously just extremely upset and choosing to vent out and leave a bad review. Horrible stuff, though. That kind of ticks me off because the Ahh-some is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's pulling out all of that gunk. And the fact that you're choosing to refill your tub 3 or 4 times, that's on you, not me. I would never have done that. I would have picked up the phone and called. I wouldn't have wasted water like that. Hey, why am I, after I'm doing this, I'm still seeing a bunch of stuff come out? That means you still have biofilm in your plumbing system. It's nothing more than that. You just didn't get it all out. I don't know anything about this tub. This tub could be 10 years old, never been purged before, ever. And now, I mean, in that particular case, I would recommend to a customer to purge it for the entire day. Maybe even purge it for 2 days. Just keep running it until you get nothing out, and then you're nice and clean. But I guess my context to all of this, and I get that we live in a very unique day and age, and more people are willing to write something negative than they are to write something positive. So if something is working well and it's great, very oftentimes we never hear from that person. We don't get a review. But God forbid something is negative, now we get the negative review. And I take these honestly with a grain of salt. I know full well when they say horrible stuff and then I read the actual comment that the Ahh-some did exactly what it's supposed to do. And it's unfortunately not my fault that this customer chooses not to reach out to us, whether that's on our phone number. Amazon has a very dedicated platform that if you have a question for the seller, you can simply write or ask that question through the Amazon platform. But nonetheless, in this particular case, it did get me to articulate out that sometimes a 30-minute purge is not enough. Sometimes you need more. So here's what I would recommend that you do. Put the dose in, run it for 30 minutes. wipe all of the biofilm up that came out. Once that's done, turn the jets on again and run it for 30 more minutes. Don't drain it. Don't add any more Ahh-some. Just hit the jets and run it again for 30 more minutes. If you put 3 teaspoons of gel into a 400-gallon hot tub, you can run that for 4 30-minute cycles. And you can space those out if you want to. So let that Ahh-some permeate in the water. Let it sit in the plumbing system and soften stuff up. And you can just run that. Now, if you go more than 4, yes, you will have to add a little bit more Ahh-some. Not a full dose, but you will have to add a little bit more. But nonetheless, it frustrates me slightly that this particular customer was upset, and I feel bad for them, but they didn't choose to reach out and actually ask a question. We're an American company. We're here in the USA. We're a small business. That's my wife and I who run this every single day. And some people, I think, just think when they pick up the phone and they're going to call, they're going to, talk to someone in a different country and they're going to be put on hold or whatever the case may be. Just to let everybody know, we answer our phones. If you call, you're going to talk to me or you're going to talk to my wife. That's just who we are. We don't third party our phone calls out. And, there are times, right now, in fact, I have 16 voicemails that came in from yesterday at 4 o'clock until right now. So 16 voicemails that are on there, and I'm going to pull those down. I have to drive today. I'm going to go watch my kids' baseball game. But while I'm driving, I'm going to return as many of those phone calls as I can. And then when I'm driving back, I'll return more. We return phone calls. We return emails. It might not be exactly the moment you call. And maybe, people have told me that I should have an answering service to be able to have some. No, I don't want that. You know what? If you call me, call me. If I don't answer, leave a voicemail. I put my cell phone number out there for everybody to see on every forum that I possibly can talk about. I have it at the end of every single YouTube video. But this is one of many reviews that it's always horrible stuff, leaves a mess. That's exactly what Ahh-some does. I can't express this enough. It's going to leave a mess. That's what you want to have. If you put a purge product into a hot tub and it does nothing, one of two things. A, the purge product isn't doing its job, or B, your hot tub is impeccably clean. And that is an extremely rare occurrence. Very, very few hot tubs are impeccably clean. So I'll be done, but just wanted to come on here and jump on that. Call me. That's my biggest point here. Call me. If you've got a question, call me. Leave a comment on YouTube. Send me an email. All of our information's out there. It's on the back of every single container of Ahh-some we sell, regardless of what particular product. Our phone number's on there. Call us. Have a great day, everybody. Oh, and like I say at the end of every video, our contact information is here right at the end, so feel free to give us a call if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or problems. Have a great day.